Hello, hello, everybody. Happy Sunday to you. Hope you're having a great weekend. I can't believe there's only one more weekend left in 2024. Zoom, 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 whoosh. So, hope you're having a wonderful weekend full of wonderful moments. And before we get started into everything, let us come back to this moment, raise our love vibration. And what we'll do is we'll take a big, deep breath, hold just for a moment, as long as it feels comfortable, and just think of something that you're grateful for in this exact moment. And just thank the creator, the universe, whatever your higher power is. And then, of course, exhale when it feels appropriate for you. Don't pass out. And then we'll bring in the singing bowl to help further raise our love vibration. So here we go. Let me see. My microphone's a little further away. There we go. All right. So big deep breath in and hold. Beautiful. And then we will bring in the singing bowl. I'll hit it 3 times, and each time just imagine just a big spark happening in your heart, moving out into your emotions, moving out into your physical body, touching your cells, your blood, your joints, your muscles, your brain, moving up into our mind, our thoughts, out into our energetic fields, into our chakras, raising it all with higher vibrational love energy. And then once we are filled up, then it flows out to the outside world and just let it go do what it wants to do out there to raise the love vibration of the planet, the collective, and to do its thing. All right, so here we go. And I will hit it 3 times, like I said. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. All right. So happy Merry Christmas. Hey, Nelia. Hey, Day Sturgis, Patricia, Holly. Good to see everyone. Happy Pill. Shout out to one of my YouTube channel members. You see their names in the green with their little badges. And we've got Victoria and Carmel and Great Quartz, Almighty Great Quartz. Good to see you. Carmel Damon. Hello. Good to see everyone. So happy pre-holiday weekend if you celebrate Christmas. Happy holidays. um, yeah, a lot of energy happening. Of course, we've got the solstice, so happy solstice. Longest night last night, and now it starts getting a little brighter every day. And on the uh, southern hemisphere, of course, you had your longest day, and then it's going to start to get shorter, shorter, and shorter. Um, so fun times. Excuse me, I got a cough drop. It's tis the season, a little scratchy throat. What are you gonna do? But we do have solstice readings. Let me pop those out here. So if you haven't checked those out yet, it is by each element of the zodiac. So air signs, water signs, fire signs, etc. So those are out. And then we just had on Friday our 2025 energy forecast. And there's a video for each individual zodiac sign. What? I know. So check out the check out that playlist if you'd like to get some more um information. And also in these 2025 I have an introduction talking about the quest of the five elements for 2025, which is a big focus of energy that spirit's having me focus on. And it talks about all the stuff that we're going to be having every month, and with weekly zen bites and quests for the elements. We'll have a monthly video, and so some fun stuff. It's going to be busy, but it's going to keep me out of trouble. Nah, it won't. Where there's a will, there's a way, right? All right. So thank you guys so much for being here. And if you're new to my channel, new to these readings, welcome, welcome. Great group of people, huge hearts, wonderful senses of humor. Thank goodness. That's two beautiful things that we can really use in this human experience for sure. And there's room for beautiful souls, more beautiful souls. So welcome, welcome. How the free readings work, we do go down in order. First come, first serve. Down the chat, there's no special list or anything. The chat is it. Simple, simple, easy breezy. Just put your question out there. If you don't want to put your business out there, you can just ask for a general reading. Spirit knows all. So we'll pull 1 to 2 cards for the free readings and see what Spirit has for you. And if anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. I prioritize those readings, step out of the free readings, and then dive deeper, meaning I pull more cards for those too. So if you're wanting a more deeper dive than 1 to 2 cards, donation of any kind will do that for you. You can use the super chat at the bottom. In the description box of the video, we have the Venmo, Z Cash App, Z PayPal, and Z Square. I don't know, I'm in a goofy mood. Um, and so you can make whatever donation you like. I don't have set dollar amounts because I know everyone's funds vary all across the world, and the cost of living and everything is different. So a penny to someone's $1 million to someone else. So whatever you give from your heart is perfect. Um, what else? Blah blah blah. After that, my YouTube channel members do get second priority. If you're interested in becoming a YouTube channel member, um, there's a link down in the description box. In addition to being prioritized during the sessions, Fridays and Saturdays, I don't always get to all the free readings, but I always make sure to complete my donations. And then my YouTube channel members, it's part of their monthly subscription, or I guess it's a subscription. And Sundays are different. I always come back on. I'll be on for about 2 hours, whatever readings I don't get to after I spend some time with my Praying Mantis members. I eat and then I come back on and finish out them all. So you will get readings today if you put your question out there. But then also on Wednesdays, we have a special session. I have 2 levels. Zen Cricket's $2.99 a month. Praying Mantis is $7.99 a month, and both have a Wednesday session. FYI, this Wednesday we do not. It's Christmas. I'm actually taking a holiday off. I know what's going on with me, but Thursday we'll have a joint one. Normally, my Praying Mantis members have a Thursday exclusive session just for them, and then on Friday and Saturday nights, and after these Sunday afternoon sessions, we also have at least an hour or so together. In addition to all of that, they actually also get advanced access to all the videos that I put out. So we've got, like I said, all the stuff that's coming in 2025. They have advanced access to a lot, and like these other solstice readings and energy forecasts, they had them like 2, 3, 4 weeks in advance. So if you're interested, again, there's a link down below. Also, I offer personal readings and other stuff, and there's a link down there as well if you're interested. So grateful for everyone, whether you're, a paying subscriber member or purchasing anything, or you are not able to do any of that, and you're subscribing and you're showing up and you're giving the love and you're sharing the love, all those things I'm so grateful for, because I wouldn't be here without all of you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Can't believe it's another year. Time certainly flies by. You'll notice if you listen to the 2025 energy forecast, I like for the month of 2025, I meant year, because it does feel like 2024 has been a month and not a year, right? It's crazy, crazy, crazy. All right. So enough of all that. Hey, June, good to see you. Enough of all the blah blah blah. Let's hear from Spirit. It's what we're here for, right? So I'm going to continue to use this beautiful deck, which is the Naked Heart Tarot by Julian Julian Wild. Beautiful deck. I love her artistry in here. So we will do that. We'll use that. All right. So we will start with donations. We do have a few here. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And we'll jump in. So a happy pill. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like here. And so you met a person who you felt that you know him earlier. You want to know, is he your soulmate or twin flame that you'll end your life with? So I hope that's not like a suicide pact you're talking about ending your life with, but like you're going to live the rest of your life with. I know it's probably language language barrier, but that's funny. I tell you guys, I'm in a goofy, funny mood, so uh, please laugh with me or at me. I don't care. All right, but I know what you're putting down there, and please throw some light on the above question in detail. Yeah, let's see how much detail Spirit will give us, and then we'll do your ancestral messages after we finish all the donations. Excuse me. Tell you this time of year, it's usually around the solstice. Don't know if it's because we're going whoa, we're going tipping back or tilting back. But my sinuses and my head love to tell me what's going on. All right. So let's take a look here. Happy pill. So this person that you met, tell us about them. First, are they I want to know if they have past life connections and if they are a fated, I mean, obviously they're a fated meeting, but let's see, are they going to be a fated relationship? And they don't want those, but they do want these. It's like this little path. Boop, 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 boop. So let's see what we have here. Okay. So right off the bat on the bottom of the deck, we've got Lover's card here and the Heart of Swords, which Queen of Swords that rules over the, you know, sword suit with the king also gets a portion of cups, which is this balance between head and heart. But it's also one of my cards of compatible partner. So with these two cards coming out on the bottom of the deck, I kind of feel like they're saying this is a very compatible person. We'll see if it's a fated or if it's a possibility relationship, because with our lifetimes, it's like a vacation. We can choose all these extra things that we want included in the vacation package. I hear I've never done a vacation package in my life, but I heard or I saw on TV, you can have the luau, the snorkeling, the elevator ride. I was gonna say elevator, helicopter ride. Ooh, go up and down the elevator. No, a helicopter ride or whatever, right? Or you can go, I just want the basics, hotel, car, and when I get there, I'll decide what I want to add on. And that's our lifetimes. We can choose a lot of stuff beforehand, or go, let's leave it up to possibilities. And quite often, a lot of us, unless we want to learn something specific, will choose the options. I'll figure them out when I get there because we like the not knowing and the how we're going to do things kind of thing. So we'll figure out more. All of that to say that, but I do feel definitely the lovers, the Heart of Swords, definitely a compatible, important relationship in your life. All right, so we start off here. Nine of Swords. So they are definitely in your life to help you face your fears about relationships with the Nine of Swords. So they're gonna, be that mirror for you. Um, Which means that they're not gonna be perfect from the beginning, which what a human is, right? But we have this idea, right? I'm gonna meet the one and it's gonna be like, "Oh, it just there's no trouble. It's just, oh, so flowy and there's nothing." Well, they're gonna be true to their authentic selves, which is gonna challenge some of your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that you grew up with on what a relationship is supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, must be. And it's all right because it's for you to release those things because those are the things that cage you. They're the things that give you the stress and the nightmares, right? So I like that. You're like, I don't know if I do, but we got movement of cups. So Knight of Cups is this movement of emotion, you know, action of heart. So there is movement of heart. But see, that's what happens here, and it was like this card came out like this, and this card comes out like this. It's leading you to the next card that's up, that's standing straight up, and it's telling us that this Nine of Swords is what opens up the flow of your heart because there's constriction with fear of supposed to be, should be, need to be, like who are they supposed to be? How's the relationship supposed to be? Especially who am I supposed to be? And I don't want to fail it. I don't want to get abandoned. I don't want to be deemed unworthy. We definitely humans hate rejection. But these fears, once they get removed and transformed, it allows true flow of heart, which leads you to the Eight of Swords, which is you coming aware of those thoughts and those beliefs and those mindsets that have made you feel limited and small and trapped and restricted in the past. Eight is a good flow number. So you move from the Nine of Swords, eight starts flowing. It also gets your thoughts and beliefs flowing and being removed. So I like this energy. We'll continue here to see if it's twin flamey or soulmate. And the difference, twin flamey is like a intense special agent that comes in that, I mean, it's not all lovey-dovey like we think, twin flame is like, "Oh, I wanna meet my twin flame." I'm like, "I don't, not, because that's like taking double the amount of college courses. It's like, if you ever have one of those mirrors where you see yourself and then it's like a cosmetic mirror and you flip it and you can see your pores. Excuse me. That's what a twin flame is. See, it's choking me up. No, that's what a twin flame is. Whoa, no, they're gonna make you see your stuff. Soulmate will show us that, but much more, less intense. But twin flames, intense passion, but intense inner work too. So we'll see here. Well, look, 8, 9, and 10 of swords. They're definitely going to help you release a lot of your old ways of thinking about things because that is 8, 9, and 10 of swords. What more? And the heart of swords, too, the queen of swords. So they're going to change a lot of your thinking about life, yourself, just every area of your life. I feel like they're going to really challenge your belief systems that you grew up with, which is a good thing. Yeah. And then we come here to the Five of Cups and the Naked Heart. This is unique card for this deck, the Naked Heart. But they help you transform your emotions from lower vibration to higher vibration, and they allow you to see yourself very, very clearly, opening up to your self-love, and then it also opens up your ability to give and receive love to the outside world, because all of our relationships, all of our ability to receive love from others and give love from others, all is reflective of our self-love. If I love myself that much, no matter how much love I want to give out, it's going to go drip, drip. And no matter how much love someone wants to give me, it's going to be drip, drip. But the more I open that up, the more this opens up, and then the flow can happen, right? And this is what they're bringing here for you. So sorry, my throat will clear up here in a moment. Yeah. So I don't often get a ton of twin flames. Twin flames aren't as common as we might think, but in your case, I think it is because here's the the flame, but they help you see your worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way. So it's going to be very, very passionate, very, very deep, deep, deep love, very, very deep, deep connections. But boy, are you guys going to teach each other who you really are and help you peel away all of those old thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that you guys grew up with. It goes both ways, so don't worry. They're not just going to set you on fire. You guys are setting each other on fire. Yeah. So you help clear away the fog with the Seven of Cups. All those emotions that we've been experiencing, they do clear up here. The Ace of Cups. You help each other find your self love, which then allows you to really I'm so sorry. I'll take a drink here in a sec. But it allows you to see your true self, your true love, which is your higher love, and you fill up and then overflow. But you guys get to do this together. And you definitely Leo energy, the strength, the courage, teaching each other your power. But you do all this together and you grow together here. Usually, if you ever saw Jean-Claude Van Damme movies, like I saw 'em growing up, and I think there was one, what was it called? Bloodsport, I think is the one where they tie people together, with a rope, and then they wrap their hands up and put it in glue and do glass, and they can't get away from one another, and they do this battle, right? It's a heated battle. And it's that way, it's not so abusive being a twin flame, but that's kind of what I compare it to, is you can't get away from one another, and you show each other these things, and sometimes you wanna get away from each other, but the makeup is intense in great ways, um, and then but you're drawn so much to each other, so I definitely feel twin flame energy. I don't often get that, Happy Pill, so all I can say is buckle up and just allow it to happen, but allow yourself to know that this is for your growth. And whenever there's a challenge, go, okay, we agreed before we came down here. We're going to have this vacation package together and we're going to work through all this stuff. And in the end, we're going to be so happy we did. But it's like when you first start to work out, you're like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this. And I'm tired. But after you start to build muscle, you see the change in your physical body and your energy and your health and everything else. You're like, yeah, you get motivated. So congratulations, Happy Pill. You're like, crap. No, but it's good. It is good. Very, very happy. But I like that they're telling you all this before you're going into it. Because you're like, all right, I'm ready for this. Just you gotta breathe deep and prepare yourself and just enjoy the extremes of this twin flame relationship. Does that make anyone else want twin flame relationships? Hands? No, no. Okay. So let us continue. Thank you so much for your donation, Happy Pill, and many blessings to you. It is going to be good. I jest. All right. So Nelia, thank you so much for your first donation there. Your and general reading for this coming week, Christmas, work, etc. The highs and the lows. Hello. Let me just I just crunched my cough drop. Let me just take a sip here. All right. So let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know about this coming week? Let's look at work first, and then here's Christmas. And then let's see. What are the highs? Okay, 2 highs, and I don't feel like these are 4 lows. I feel like these are 2 sets of 2 for lows. You do a little flame. Okay. All right. So let's get these all scooched over. And bottom of the deck. I like this for you. Gargle with salt water. Right? Yeah, I need to do that. So we have the Chariot card coming in here for your overall energy for the week. And the that's all about power of choice and movement and victory. So we like all that. But it is about, and I feel like they're kind of focusing the Chariot on those highs and lows, because when I'm pulling those, they're like, this is a choice. You can have highs or lows, but it all depends on what you choose, because, I know. Thanks, Mom. Mamanelia, Mamalia, Manelia. um, and I appreciate it. I accept all love and all the care. So thank you. It's good reminders of like, yeah. But you get to choose. So if you focus on your higher vibration, you'll get higher vibration. If you focus on lower vibration, you'll get lower vibrational things. So I like that they're saying, yeah, it's all in your hands this week. So I like that. And it's funny, Chariot is Cancer energy, which is Mother Moon. Mama, there's Mama again. So work-wise, yeah, work-wise, you can have some great, um here's the emotional choice card coming in. And so, it is going to be an opportunity. And I love how they just communicate here, because you can have disappoint expectations and disappointment, or you can throw away all the expectations, see things from a higher place, and just enjoy whatever unfolds this week. Not expecting anything big, and not focusing on thinking that there's going to be bad things, and just go, I'm going to enjoy the moments at work, and I'm just going to smile as much as I want, and I'm just going to enjoy and be grateful, that I am working and I have this, opportunity, and I'm just going to be happy, and it's great. I like that. Or we can be like, well, I think they should do this and that and this and that, and they should let me off early, and they don't, and then I'm like, we can go that route. We can go either route, and neither's right, neither's wrong, and that's one of the things with the Chariot too. There's no wrong choices. There's just different choices with different experiences and different outcomes, and there's no judgment around it. We get to do, experience whatever we choose to in this life, and when we it's like watching TV. If we're like, "I hate this TV show," change the channel. "What? Here, yeah, you have the controller in your hand. What? Is that what that thing is? All this time I could have changed channels?" Yeah. We're just never told that, and then once we learn we can change the channel, then we are like, "Meh, I don't know. I'm gonna twist something else. I'm gonna switch to something else," right? There's empowerment there. Now Christmas, um, is looks like you're having a great Christmas day because you got the 10 of cups. So we'll start off with that, which is joy, 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 Noel, right? Joy, 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 joy. Fullness of emotion, feeling big, a great emotion. And the star, very much dreams come true in this beautiful brightness and hope. So great, great energies that come in there. And then you have the death card, which is a positive thing that's an ending of things and beginning of new things too. Cycles. With a combination of all these three together, I mean, if the death card came up, I'd be like, don't get mad if you don't get the right present and take someone out. But with all these three together, this is all about, I mean, um, letting things go, allowing space for new things, right? And so it is a very positive card. It's a rebirth. It's a transformation kind of energy. And so this feels like it's going to be a different Christmas than it ever has been in a positive way. Because I feel like you're going to maybe go into it with less expectations. You're not who you were a year ago, and you've grown so much in this year, right? And you're like, it's going to be different. It's going to be like so different than we've had before. So I like that. All right. So a possible high this week. Yeah, again, 2 of wands. They're showing here your power of choice. So this must be the 2 choices that you have here that come in here. So there is this it's interesting because both of these kind of go together, but this is stepping into your power. So you do have this opportunity of I get to choose stepping into I'm the emperor, I'm the ruler over my life. I will choose what I want to do, what I don't want to do, what emotion I want to feel, what story I'm going to apply to things, what energy I'm putting forward, what physical action I'm taking. And I feel like the 3 of wands is you choosing to go a different direction than you normally do. You have this opportunity with this 2 of wands again that you can go into the old slip into the old Christmases and the, "I mean, we're just gonna go and do what we've always done," or you go in with it with a different mindset, a different energy, a different attitude of, I just they have this picture of, "You know what? I'm going to smile. My goal is to smile as much as I can through all these Christmas gatherings, and then I'm going to I just wanna be a beacon of light. I wanna just show up, and I was doing this the other day. Let's see if I can still do it. It's like this let me do it this way. It's like the star on top of the tree. You're like, "Shine, shine bright, bright, bright." And that you just come in and you add extra brightness to everything because you're allowing your love to fill you up and flow. And you're just like, "I'm not gonna let anything stop that." And that's this ability here with all this. But again, there's no right or wrong. They're just saying that there's this possibility of this super high this week. You can even do it throughout work and everything else going, "This week, I'm gonna bring the love to the world like the North Star, right? The whole nativity scene of Christianity about Jesus, they followed the star, right? But being a beacon of hope, being a beacon of love this week is a great possibility, which will bring you a high because you'll feel so good. The other thing, Innocence of Cups, Page of Cups. Again, more bringing more and more love that comes in here too. So I like that. Let's see what underneath here. Yeah, I just feel like there's not it's like your low can there's like the low is if you're choosing low vibration and choosing just to, you know, be the bah humbug, the Scrooge and from um that old story of the Scrooge that gets visited by the three ghosts of Christmas. It's like you can be that, or you can be a bright shining light. Because you have the Heart of Wands. Again, this is fiery energy and coming forward and doing that. And the Nine of Pentacles is like, just being at peace within yourself with spirit, and it's almost like watching a movie this week, like, you're watching it and you're just being this, you know, um, that you're not allowing it to impact you, and but you're shining outwardly bright instead. And I like that for you. I mean, I just feel like there's such a great week just to be this, fullness, this brightness, and like a rainbow that you're just shining bright. So I like that. Or like a prism, you know how when light shines into a prism, then it becomes a rainbow. And I feel like that's kind of an opportunity that you have this week is I can do that as much as I want. And it's going to feel so good because it's going to feel so like you. And I like that. So that's what they have for you for this week, Nelia. I like it. Get to be a rainbow prism. Not a prison, but a prism. Prizm. All right. I know I love that. Shine, shine, shine. Yeah, it's like, you know what? Regardless, I'm not impacted by what's going on out there, It's like you're being with spirit and just kind of that's what they were saying is like you're moving through a movie, but you're within yourself and regardless of whatever drama is happening out there, you're just like with spirit and you're just like, I love you. And then you just fill up and you're just like, and people are whatever fussing or whatever. And then when they're off by themselves, you're over to them and you're like, you know what? I love you. Can I give you a hug? And you just like give them a hug and they're just like, oh, thank you. It is, right? Be a prism, not a prison. I like that. We're going to have to remember that for the future. All right. So thank you for that one. And then we'll circle back around to your second question here after the dual donations from Holly. So many blessings to you, Nelia. We shall return. So, Holly, thank you so much for your first donation. Let's give that a love and a like. Hope you're well. And you want to know what role? Hello, Holly. What role will Phil play in your life? All right. Take another sip here. There we go. You ever had that frog? This is like, there it goes. It has been freed. Hallelujah. All right. So let's take a look here and see what role is Phil going to play here in your life. So who is this Phil? Tell us about this Phil. Okay, we like that. And we do want to those two. And I do want this one and that one too. Okay. All right. Let's see what we got here. So the bottom of the deck here, we do have the Tower card. And the Tower card here, I don't it brings light. It's a shiny bright light. Excuse me that um and I feel like he is a lightning bolt, but he's not a lightning bolt of destruction. He's a lightning bolt of enlightenment. And it's like they're, like in a dark storm in the when it's dark out and there's lightning, it's like, oh, I can see. And it shows a lot of just a lot of awareness in the dark. Well, that sounds bad, but like in a dark night, at like dark times of life. You're like, whoa, wait a minute. Well, we'll see what else unfolds here with these other cards. This is just the bottom of the deck. But I also feel like they help you remove things out of your life that no longer serve you to make space for things that are in alignment with your higher self and your path too, right? And um and they there was this other oh yeah, the and they kind of show you that sometimes things that seem like destruction in our life are for us, and so we can trust that whatever unfolds in our life does unfold for us. So I feel like he really reinforces that in your life here. So an agent of change, and we'll see what else he has here, whatever purpose in your life here. So let's take a look. Okay. Well, I think, there it definitely is an important relationship in your life with the Two of Cups. You have movement of cups too. They help you move your heart and your emotion. So maybe they help thaw some of the ice cubes that are floating around. You're like, did you just call me an ice queen? No, no, no. I said ice cubes. I didn't say Arctic. Maybe there is some, still some resistance in our heart. There always is, right? And I feel like he helps melt some of that. Maybe that's where the lightning bolt is for. Zap, zap, zap. He helps melt some of that, right? Just some, you know, you're not bitter, you're not resentful much, not any more than any human being, Um, but I feel like there's some hesitancy in your heart to trust, and I feel like they just melt these things away and help you see things differently, through this. This is interesting. Let's see what else they bring in here. Yeah. Yes. So Page of Cups, uh, upgraded emotions, and the Full card, brand new journeys, right? Letting go of old cycles, opening up heart to a higher vibration of love. So he seems to be, um so your spirit guides are so hilarious because I just hear the word fulfill. Fill helps you fulfill yourself and allows you to see that. And they allow you to let go of so many old, thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that are, we're conditioned with and that are within us around what relationships are supposed to be. What, you know, um, we're supposed to be, they're supposed to be, all these rules and all this stuff. And this full card is this opening, this beginning of things, right? Of course they would be funny, right? So we definitely have this energy that's changing, and it's like there, because if you think of like the Page of Cups of being a higher, like going to number 11 from 10, that's the kind of what's happening here. And their pages are, the hear ye of the olden days. They bring messages of love too. So I like this. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, the Two of Wands. So they definitely help you learn here too your power of energetic choice, and whatever you focus on is what grows and expands. They feel so flexible and so like a what is it? Is he into kung fu? Because it's like he can bend like a reed. He's very flexible with this Two of Wands. It's like whatever you focus your energy on is what he bends to. And so if you focus on something higher vibration, he bends to that. And when you focus on lower vibration, he'll reflect that back, and you're like, no. And you realize, oh, wait a minute, they're very they're not a slave to your energy, but they're such a strong mirror for your energy. Wow, this is interesting. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, we got the Wheel of Fortune coming in here and the King of Pentacles. So very, very much abundance and a very positive, fruitful, relationship. They bring so much, and it's all this freedom that they help you see in yourself, and you do all the work, of course. They're reflecting all this stuff back to you, but they just help you by their energy supports you. Your energy, of course, supports them too. It's not one sided, definitely not. But we're talking about their role in your life, not your role in their life, which is completely different or the same. It depends. But there's this, this is the impact that they're having, and you're just like, wow, so much being set free. So I know, right? Interesting. You're like, what the heck? Yeah, and it is. They do teach you here your independence with the 9 of Pentacles, feeling solid, standing on your own, and the 10 of Wands, they do help you. I mean, again, abundance cards, when you look at the Wheel of Fortune, the King of Pentacles, the 9 of Pentacles, the 10 of Wands by itself would be burden sometimes. But when you add it in with all these other 3 cards of abundance, it is like all this energy. It's well worth the energy that you put into this relationship with them. So very, very interesting. And and it's funny because I got the, like twin flame energy earlier with the tower card with Happy Pills. I think it was Happy Pill, the first reading we did. And it has the taste of twin flamey, kind of like it's so much energy, but it also brings you so much change and enlightenment and transformation, that it it's like on the verge of that. And I'm hesitant though to call it a twin flame. Um, maybe there's triplet flames. Maybe there's 3 of you, I don't know. But maybe they have twin. Maybe they're a twin, I don't know. And then their brother shows up, you're like, "Oh my god." No, I'm just kidding. But there's this, very intense energy of, but it's not the burning I was gonna say the burning sensation of a twin flame. Whew. But it has the flavor of it, but it's not. So, but I don't feel like they're gonna be, like, in your life, like, till you die. I feel like it is a significant amount of time you guys, do share with each other, but, I feel like you guys definitely, uh, show each other a lot about who you are. Big mirror, huge mirroring and, adventures, so I like that. Wow, I know, right? So you're like, "Okay, it's not forever, enjoy it for what it is," definitely, and it's an adventure that's definitely part of your life, and you wanted it, so it's like, "Alright, I'm just gonna enjoy it for what it is, for how long it is." Um, but it's interesting when we go in knowing that we don't attach as deeply, to the outcome, and we just can enjoy the moments more, you know? But, alright, so that is it for number 1, I appreciate that, and then number 2, let me give that a love and a like since it lets me. Alright, and let's see here, what does spirit want you to know right now? Right now. I am being drawn to this animal apothecary, cards here, so I feel like a spirit animal wants to bring a message through for you here. Sure, Devin, you can post a question out there. And for anyone new coming in, you can just throw your questions out there. If you want to dive deeper, um, free readings are 1 to 2 cards. If you want me to pull more cards, a donation of any kind will put you in line of the priorities of the donations. You can use the super chat and all that stuff in the description box of video, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Square. I don't have a set dollar amount. Whatever you are able to give from your heart is perfect. Um, but I go through all the donations first, then my YouTube channel members, and then to the free readings. Today is a special day, and welcome. Thanks for being a new subscriber. I'm on for a couple hours. I'll be on for about an hour and 15 minutes, and then I will go spend about an hour or so with my Praying Mantis members. I'm going to eat, and then I come back on and I finish Sundays. So you will get a message today. It might just be a little later, depending on how all the readings go. All right. Hey, CJ, shout out to my YouTube channel members. All right. Is the suspense killing you, Holly? Your card came out. All right. Thank you for your patience as I did all that. Look, you got the crow, the raven. Face your fear. And I feel like you probably have ravens and crows follow you like they do me. I just had this feeling like you're like, oh my God, they are my spirit animal. But they will follow me. I'll go out walking and they will one or a couple because they I think they mate for life. They'll follow me all the way and all the way until I come back and I'm like, thanks. So, this is the crow. And in the forest, crow will often warn other animals of oncoming hunters. Oh, is that what they're doing? They're warning others about me? No, I'm just kidding. Crow comes when a fear or uncomfortable situation must be faced and transformed. It is through facing the fear that the animals in the forest are able to escape and survive. Crow just I'm sorry, Crow isn't just cawing at you to face your fears. He's asking you to do something with the energy that comes from those fears they have in the past. Crow is the master alchemist. Alchemy was the practice of transmutation, turning base metals such as lead into more valuable metal like gold. And many alchemists were interested in this science on a psychological level. We can apply the principle of alchemy to our psychological development. Think about the power your pain holds. What if you could take the energy of all your trauma, fear, worry, and doubts and turn it into your greatest asset? Crow says you can turn your energy of pain into your shining light. The key is the consistent effort to manipulate your emotions to your liking. For example, let's say you're dealing with a trigger that is bringing up fear. First, accept what you feel and then choose to transmute the energy. If you're feel fearful or something of something, gosh, and avoiding it, face it and deal with it. If you are lost in a trauma bubble, choose to shift your physiology by movement and exercise. If you're procrastinating to clean, clean! Exclamation. If you're avoiding telling someone your true feelings, tell them. If you feel unhealthy and unattractive, change how you eat and adorn your body with clothes that honor your appearance. If you're overwhelmed with feeling like a victim, create an art project that demonstrates your power. The idea isn't to escape what you're dealing with, but instead face it and then change how you're dealing with it. This is where the shift begins. Crow's medicine to transmute energy is also your birthright. Take action and transmute your energy. Wow. Very empowering message. A lot of great ideas in that too. I love that. Oops. And look, here's the prism I was talking about earlier. Don't escape. This is when we were talking with Nelia. Um, the light comes in. Choose to be a prism, not a prison. Wow, I love that. Everyone's messages are like today. I love that for you. So that is what they have for you, Holly. Holly, thank you again for your donation and many, many blessings to you. Good to see you. Okay, and then we have so up next we have Nelia, and then we have June, and then Red, and then I do have a PayPal. Ah, Maria. Hello, Maria. So Maria, you'll be up after that. And then CJ, you'll be up after that. You are very welcome, Holly. All right, so Nelia, number 2. And this is your emoji with the dollar signs. Cha-ching. So how does your okay, well, how does your financial situation seem like in 2025? Abundance of money coming your way? When? From where? Etc. Great, great. Oh, thanks for your kind words there too. Sunshine. Oh, appreciate that. Means a lot. I appreciate that. All right. And then, of course, if you guys haven't checked out your hello again, if you haven't checked out your 2025 energy forecasts, I posted them at the beginning, but just in case, since we're talking about 2025, here is for each individual zodiac sign. And then also, since I'm posting that again, I'll post the solstice too, which is from like yesterday through March 20th. So if you want additional messages from Spirit for the next 3 months and for the next year, be sure to check those out too. Right. But let's take a look here specifically for you, Nelia. What is your financial situation based on current energies? What's the trajectory? Okay, doing those. But this one feels like it leads to those two. All right. All righty. Let's see what we got going on here. Oh, you're so sweet. All right. So judgment card on the bottom of the deck. Um, yeah, next year there is going to be it's going to be a year of transformation. So you will um I feel like it's going to be a positive thing once it fully loads. I like how in some of the cards they do this little it's almost like those when you're loading a new program on a computer or your phone and it's going it's slowly the bars going, when is it going to be full, um so once the transformation happens, I feel like that's when a great amount of fulfillment and financial abundance, but overall abundance in your life kind of comes around. But there is a significant change that happens. It's like your higher self is calling you in a different direction next year. And so once you make the change and things get going, it will feel very full. So let's see what else they have here. That was the bottom of the deck. Yeah. So yeah, I feel here this is a change here. You got the Earth Mother, which is the Empress, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, birthing things, taking care of yourself, focusing on your own happiness with the Ten of Cups. And this really kind of just like indicates like this um following your heart, following your joy, following this. This is where your higher self is taking you, right? Into something that brings you joy. And that's what kinda happens. Sometimes when we choose something that brings us joy instead of what our brain tells us that we have to do and blah, 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 sometimes it's less finances in the beginning, but because we're so joyful and grateful, we draw in so much more than we would when we're in a lower vibration and we're like, "Eh," I gotta do this, wake up every day, gotta go live my dream, and it's not our dream, it's our brain, the plan it thinks it needs to do to be successful when we really redefine the meaning of success. And I feel like that's kind of a big change that happens with you next year is what does success mean? What does enough mean? And I feel like there's that big change that happens. Let's see what else comes in here. Yeah, again, Heart of Pentacles. So here's Queen of Pentacles, which is the Empress, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, Queen of Pentacles, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. Very similar energies. And the Nine of Pentacles, which is that independence card, feeling independent and full with spirit, right? And so there is this energy here, very much about birthing and harvest that's being reinforced in here. But it's all coming back to that redefinition of what do you define success as? What do you define abundance as? And I just feel like things are really transforming. You're really seeing the world through different eyes by the end of next year, by the end of 2025. Yeah, here's the strength card too. You are definitely merging with your higher self more this next year, and that allows you to see things from a higher perspective. But you also have this courage, you also have this guidance, this strong connection with your higher self which, again, this higher self and connection and being drawn and guided by your higher self really comes in here. And once you fill up from the inside with your higher self, that's the true feeling of fulfillment, right? We can try and try and try and fill ourselves up with everything in the outside world, and it doesn't. It's like eating Chinese food, American Chinese food anyway. You eat it and you're hungry an hour later. It's like that's the outside world. But when we drink and eat of this inner unconditional eternal love that we're so hungry and searching for, then we feel satisfied. Then outside world just becomes dessert above and beyond extra, and we'll take all that in, right? Yeah, the magician, definitely stepping into your power. The magician card tells us that we have everything we need within us to make our dreams come true. And again, here's our higher self, the infinity symbol, judgment card, strength card, magician card. All three of these are about stepping into your power, realizing, and this is a huge message that's very transformative. It was for my life when Spirit was saying, you don't have to become anything more. And I'm like, "What? That's so against human drive and design." And they're like, "We know." And we talk about how we're perfect mountains, and we come down here as humans and all our different other experiences and dimensions and different universes, different lifetimes as humans. We come around to explore the perfection and vastness of the mountain that we are. And we don't have to become more, we just come down to discover more about who we are already. And that changes it, this drive from, "I gotta become, I've gotta change, I've gotta be better, I've gotta be perfect." When we realize I'm already perfect, I'm just wandering around discovering who I am by all these experiences I have in all these realms and all these lifetimes. And I like that. It's like, okay, this idea of I have to become this or I have to do this, I have to achieve this, I've got to fulfill this, I've got to undo that or whatever. It's like, no. And that's when Spirit said, you don't have to do anything the rest of your life and you're still perfect. And I'm like, what? Wait a minute. Gotta sit with that. That's freaking me out. Because so much of my life was drive, 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 achieve, achieve, achieve. And then Spirit was like, you know, what are you afraid of? "Well, I gotta do this." And they're like, "Well, what if you don't?" "Failure." And they're like, Okay, let's give you that perspective." And then they showed that, and then you're just like, wow, it brings you to the now, brings you to a calm, right? Yeah, right? Puts things into perspective. Yeah. Your power, you hold all the energy in your hands. Here's that 2 of Wands. Been making itself really known today in a lot of readings. And the Heart of Wands, the Queen of Wands, that you hold the power. This is your connection again to spirit. They have, the Queen of Wands. They have this Ace of Wands that they can connect, but all of them are given a second portion of water too, which makes them a lot like the High Priestess, a lot like the Queen of Cups, where they have a strong connection to the spirit world. And um, that wand is like an antenna. You can dial up spirit when you're wanting to know, I don't know, should I go to the left or the right? What's for my highest experience? And then they're like, to the right. And you're like, thank you. And then you go to the right. And it's interesting with the Queen of Wands, she doesn't have risk like the other royalty does. If you look on like the original tarot, the page, the knight, and the king all have a salamander, which is their protection against risk. But the Queen of Wands has the black cat, and the black cat is representation of psychic abilities or connection to the spirit world. And when you have connection to the spirit world, you don't have risk. And it's just amazing because you're like, I don't know what I should do. I'm not sure. There's like a risk to take. You're just like, so which one is best for me? They're like that one, and you do it. There's no risk in that, because they have that strong connection to spirit. So I love that for you. So that is your 2025 abundance. Feels very full. It feels very content, and it feels very full and overflowing, when you sit in that energy. But and that's what happens. What's interesting is when we have a big drive on trying to achieve and want more and do more and blah blah blah, it gets pushed away, right? And then when we're just grateful and we're excited for what is happening, and then that energy draws in abundance just naturally because it our energy matches the ability to receive that. I talk every once in a while about when I worked in corporate life, how I learned a lot about that because I was like, I would almost work myself to the bone, doing 4 times what's expected to because I wanted that raise, I wanted that recognition, I wanted that bonus and those promotions and all that. And I would do all that and get nothing. I'd get a meets expectations. And I'm like, seriously? Excuse me, hiccup. Um, because of all that, I what? Then that would, of course, anger my little inner child going, well, fine, I'm not going to do anything. Then I'm just going to do the bare minimum and just come in and do my job, and then I'm like, well, you know what? What am I worried about? I'm making good money, so I'm grateful for the money I'm making. Grateful for the job that I do well, and I'm just gonna come in, I'm gonna do my job and enjoy, and I would enjoy talking with my customers and my peers and helping people and doing all that, and then with doing a fourth of the work, I would get the raises and the promotions and the bonuses, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" And it was like, "What?" But it was like, "Oh, because my energy of wanting more and needing more and pursuit and rah, rah, rah was actually pushing away what I was desiring because my energy was saying, I want, I like the feeling of wanting and needing and trying to get somewhere. And they're like, okay, but if you get there, you won't have that feeling anymore. So we can't have you get it so that you can keep trying for it. It's like the carrot on the stick. It has to be out there because once you get the carrot, you stop. And and it made so much sense now. Took me like several years to go, oh, I get it. So I like it. I'm glad it makes sense. You're such ahead of the game. All right. So that's what they have for you, Nelia. I love that. So many blessings to you, and thank you so much for all your love, all your support, all your donations, all your great questions, all your energy. I appreciate you. All right. So let's see here. Let me just check timestamps here. Okay. So we've got June is up next. Hey, June. Thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like here. And so I love reading for so for January, and does M think about you? All right. Yeah, let's take a look here. I was like, well, you're June. Is Jan someone else? Is that a friend? But like, I think you mean January, right? Just to make sure. Since January is next month, I think that's what it is. That's what I'm sensing. So let's see. Love for June and January. All right. So we got those. I feel like there's more here. They wanted that one, and that one. Okay. So we'll do those. And then we also wanted to know, what does M think about you? So what's going on inside M's mind? Do we dare go there? I don't know. I'm not scared. I'm not scared. All right. So let us see what is unfolding here. First of all, for love for June and January. All right. Well, it starts off with a bang here, and I like that. Yeah. So we got I like let's start off with this card. Peace of mind. So you are definitely letting some expectations go. You're seeing things from a higher perspective. And the devil card, well, we're in Capricorn season officially. Oh, happy Capricorn, happy birthday, all you Capricorn sun babies. Sorry, I forgot to tell everyone that. But we're in Capricorn season, which is Saturn questioning, really looking, beyond all those thoughts and those beliefs and those mindsets and having our belief systems challenged, a lot of thinking, a lot of looking into things, right? And there's this transformation that happens here with this 5 of Wands. Now, you did have not did, you have the Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck, which is about passion and ignite things igniting in January. And I feel like that's what's happening here is there's some passions that are igniting that are triggering these reflections of old thoughts and beliefs and mindsets about what something is supposed to be, should be, need to be, and who they're supposed to be and who we're supposed to be. All that, I think we talked about that last night, maybe, but um, but it's interesting because like I can remember when I'd be like, it's crystal clear on what a relationship and seeing things from a higher perspective, and I'm like, wow, I have so much enlightenment into what a relationship should be. And then, whoa, who's that? And sparks, and I'm gone. All that wonderful knowledge. And then I'm journaling again, going, oh, oops, I did it again. And then I went through the same carnival ride. And I feel like that's what kinda happens in the beginning of January. It's just like, I know what I want, I know what I don't want, but who's that? Spark, Shazam, right? So, that's what starts in there. Um, but I like the grounding and the balance that comes in here, with the Capricorn energy too, is it's an earth sign, and you have the Ace of Pentacles and the Innocence of Pentacles. So both of the beginnings and opportunities. And there's a new opportunity, someone brand new that you don't even know, and then there's the resurgence of someone else. It's like you have 2 love interests. It's like at a wedding, right? Something old, something new. And it feels like this is kind of like it's like you go from nothing to 2 and you're like, "What the heck? Can I have one at a time?" But they're both showing up at the same time ish for you to be able to go, okay, there's a lesson here. And it's the comparison, it's the contrast. It's realizing what you've learned from the past and what you don't want to repeat. And then, what you want to head into too. So I like that. Let's see what else we have here. So just run. I felt like there was more than one card here. Um, So you do here. You've got the Sky Father, which is Aries, fiery energy that's coming in here. Another never happened before. Yeah, right? But you got the Sky Father is stepping into your authority in a way. And I like that. That makes sense of all this energy. You're like, I don't have to do anything I don't want to do. And I'm the one who decides what I want. I don't have to shrink to fit into someone else's ideas. I'm not afraid, that I'm never going to find love again. I will find love again, but I'm not going to settle. And I feel like that's huge energy for you in January. You have an 8 of Wands, so there is a ton of passionate energy that's flooding in here during January. And I feel like that's what we're talking about with that 5 of Wands. Woof! You're like, what's wrong with me? Am I in heat? That's the way it feels like. It's like um almost feel animalistic, like you're like a lioness. You're like, all right, look out, everybody. But I also like the Heart of Pentacles. Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. This is really all this energy is about you and allowing yourself to feel and to be and to express and to um, pursue what you're wanting and saying no to what you're not wanting. So I love that this is coming in here because I do feel like there's, opportunities. But there's with that Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles, I definitely feel like there's someone you don't even know yet that boom comes in. And maybe with it being 1-1, maybe if you're going to a New Year's Eve party, that's just I saw that 1/1, January 1st, or the day after, because New Year's Eve is actually December 31st, right? But, like, starting off the new year, 1/1, but I do feel like there's someone new, but there's also someone that you already know that's there, and it's like you have 2 different interests, but they're completely different, you know? So, interesting, we'll see what comes in with that there, but let's take a look here at, what M is thinking about you. You said M, right? Whoever it was. Spirit knows, yeah, it is M. So, what are M's thoughts? Now, before we talk about M's thoughts about you, realize that all of us, our thoughts about everyone else are so tainted with our conditioning, our mirroring of ourself. And we don't know when people look at us, we're a mirror. A giraffe looks in, they see a giraffe, a lion sees a lion, a mongoose sees a mongoose, a monkey sees a monkey. We don't know what people see when they look at us, and what they think of us and what they're experiencing has very little to do with truth and who are even our own version of ourselves isn't very accurate because again, we're looking at ourselves through all our experiences and the filters of our life. So before we look at it, they like to do that, um, to see what their you know, how the mirror it's like the funny carnival mirrors. It's gonna be a distorted picture, so just know that this is what they're currently thinking, but that doesn't mean it's true, right? Doesn't mean it's accurate. It's just their perception at this time, right? So we'll do all that. And it's interesting there. I mentioned every once in a while. I was reading this great book by Humble the poet about. I think it was called How to Be Loved, and one of the things that he mentions is that um, like our journey is to align with our authentic self, and in that journey, of course, we like we care about what people think and how people feel about us and that kind of thing. And he was talking about like when we're on this journey of finding our authentic self, that we replace the question in our head, does he like me? Does she like me? With do they align with who I am? What a powerful question, right? Because that changes the whole thing of um, not do they like who I am, but it's like, whoa, 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 why am I giving you the power, right? It's like, do you, like in this case, do you or too, do either of you align with who I am? Because I'm not going to dim and change to be and who you think I should be. I'm seeing, do you align with who I am? If not, then I'm not going to ask you to align to be with who I am. I just realize you don't align with me, and it's okay to say no and to move on to something else, and I like that. All right. So all that to see, let's get to what M has here. So the baseline, you got 2 cards and then a card and then 2 cards. So the middle card, the middle ground, Innocence of Swords, Page of Swords, new ways, clarity. And so their mindset of you has been changing, and not that they had a bad view of you in the beginning, but I kind of feel like they put you in a box going, "Oh, you're this kind of person." Because I feel like that's kind of what they do. They have the boxes and going, "Oh, okay, well, you're that." And then they're like, "Oh, hell no, you're not." That's funny. But so they are saying here, they have the Hanged Man, which is about seeing you from a different perspective, a higher perspective, and the 10 of Cups. And this different way of seeing you actually, with this 10 of Cups, makes them happy because I feel like they were like, "Oh, you're like all these others." Um, and they were hoping you weren't because they're hoping to find someone who's different than people they've met in the past. And they're like, "Oh, you're like them." And then but you have shown like they're like, "Oh my god, no, you're not." And I like that. And it's funny, you know, I've had that happen before where, um, especially when I was in really great shape in my 20s and 30s and 40s. It happens when you get older, you become more stagnant. But anyway, people when they talk to me would be like, they were surprised I had a mind and that I was deep. I was like, wow, they just thought I looked good, It was like, wow, I never thought I'd ever have that happen to me. But I like that. And so that's the kind of energy that's coming in, June. It's like, wow, you're so much more than I ever gave you credit for. And then here too, the dream come true, and that is. And the 8 of Cups, they're actually walking away to head towards the 9 of Cups, which is the other dream come true card. And so there is this, there's this movement, leaving behind old ways of feeling about you, old ways of thinking about you, and they're seeing you in a completely different light than they did before. So this seems like this is probably that Page of Pentacles, right? They're like, um, a different opportunity to see you in a different light, and possibilities of moving towards something else, right? So it's interesting, but it's very positive, and I do feel, that they do have that inkling of, again, you're so much more than I thought, and are you my dream come true? And so I feel like they're interested in finding out more, because that was the word they used when I was younger too. Intrigued. You're intriguing. And I'm like, you sound surprised. Dang. Wow. And it's because I'm so goofy, you know, um, like you're because outgoing. I mean, even though I'm an introvert, when I'm around people, I'm outgoing, I'm happy and funny and everything else. People don't realize I can be serious and deep and intellectual and all that, and they just thought I was a goofy fun guy. And then they're like, whoa, they're surprised when you have a brain, right? So that's what they have for you, June. So again, thank you so much for your donation, and hopefully that helps. I'm excited for your upcoming January. Which will you choose? Do you ever have if you saw what was it Indiana Jones, when Sean Connery was his dad, and they found the Holy Grail, and they're like, choose wisely between all the cups. It's like, choose wisely. All right, so that's what they have. Hey, Moonlight. Hello, hello. Stopping by, wishing all Merry Christmas. Happy Christmas to you. And happy holidays to you, Moonlight. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate that. All right. Right, I just saw Devin here. Devin, I haven't started any of the free readings yet, so I haven't skipped over you. Uh, in Just for everyone that's new coming in, I do donations first. I give those priority. I honor that, and then I do my YouTube channel members. That's part of their membership, and then I go into the free readings. I'll be on for about 40 more minutes or so, but then I will come back later today. So anyone that has a question in chat, I will get to you today. It might just be a couple hours after this ends, because I'll spend some time with my Praying Mantis members, and then I eat so I don't pass out, and then I come back. And so you will get messages from Spirit today at some point. So, but that's kind of the process and how all that works. And if anyone wants details, I have the little process in the description box of the video. If you're like, how does that work? What did he just say? All right. And if you want to make a donation, it does get prioritized as well. And I dive deeper into those too. All right. So let me take a look here. So we have done that one there. So we have Red next, and then we have a Maria, and then we have CJ. That is it for the donations right now. So, red, let's give that a love and a like there. Thank you so much for that donation. Anyone to know, does mom know? Oh, does mom K know F wants to move? And then K's thoughts about F. Okay. All right. Let's take a look here. Let's see what we have going on here. So, does mom know F wants to move? So, does mom K know that F wants to move? Okay. And then what does mom K, what are their thoughts about F? Okay. What's going on in their head? Let's see here. I do have this here too. I feel like I just want those top two. Okay. All right. So one, is she in the know about the move that they want to move? It's interesting. As soon as I saw the cards, I heard Ace of Cups is interesting, but Mama's to intuition. She has her little spidey senses going off, right? So there's like a little bzz, 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 bzz. And then she does sense that, with the spirit of wands, the king of wands, the judgment, they feel the anxiousness, the desire for F to take over their own lives, and that they're being drawn to go somewhere else. So part of their transformation. So I do feel like they have this their little like I said, mama spider sense going off, going, something's going on here. And they sense it. I don't feel like they know, like they haven't found proof, but they have that knowing deep inside around that. And then what do they feel about F? Let's see what they're thinking about them. Yeah, there is this joy here with the Four of Wands and the Strength card. And I don't know if are they like their child? Because there is this, pride, the strength of someone wanting to go and do something they enjoy and get out on their own. And even though it's kind of mixed feelings, that they want them there, and that's what a mama wants, right? Is to have someone, have people there. They get it that it's important for the growth and for us to seek our joy and seek what makes us happy, right? And so there is this going, okay, there's a joy that's below there. Yeah, and here's that 5 of swords. So they do go back and forth here with the 5 of swords, like a battle between the head and the heart. And this has to do with about this new opportunity that's opening up outside. And so they do have mixed feelings around it, fear, you know, um, and emotions that are around it too. So, they are, that's just like what mama bears do, right? They want to protect their young, they want to protect people, they want the best for people, but they also define themselves so much about the people that are around them. And it's what they're taught. And that's part of the nature. It's, the care, the huge hearts, the caretaker, the empath, that they are too. And let's see what else they have here. Yeah, again, just Mama Moon. We got Mother Luna here, being the mom, wanting clarity, wanting, growth and communication. One of the fears below the surface is that, they'll not be needed. No one will ever talk to them again. But I feel like through all this, it does feel like they're okay with it happening, even though they're just like, you know, it's the stuff that parents go through. What if they fail? Is that going to reflect on me? And then the true caring about, I want to make sure they're okay, and um, I get it that people wanna go do their stuff, and I'm gonna try not to take it personally. You're not leaving me, you're going towards something, you're not trying to escape me, even though it might feel like that in the beginning. Um, but truly, it's because someone wants to be true to who they are and go. So, those are all the thoughts. There's a lot of different, perspectives that they bounce around in when they think about and pick up that spidey sense. But they'll do a lot more of that when it actually happens because I feel like they kind of start to get caught up in their head and then they're like, I don't want to think about this. Let me go cook something. Let me go make some food, So that's what's coming in there, Red. Hopefully that resonates, but that's what I am getting through the cards and the energy coming through on that. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. All right. So Maria, good to see you. And thank you for your donation. Let me just get down to the questions there. And just take a quick second and take a sip of my blue juice. All right. And Infinity, shout out to Infinity, one of my YouTube channel members. Hello, hello. All right. So, Maria, we will dive in here. What are Walter's thoughts and feelings towards you today? All right. So, let's take a look here. See what is happening. So, thoughts first. And then let's take a look here. What are his feelings towards you today? Okay. And then what is he planning for this upcoming week? Oh, with all holidays and everything. Oh my goodness, right? And got that. And then will he be missing you? And how's that separation going? Oh no. I know I'm hearing Christmas music. Merry, 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 Merry Christmas. But it almost seems like it changes into a dark Christmas theme song like Nightmare. Nightmare on Christmas, whatever that movie was. And then what's coming for you and Walter this upcoming week? Okay. And this one too. All right. So let's dive in. So first of all, what are his thoughts? So we got the 10 of swords here. Their thoughts, I mean, this is the suit of thought, swords. They're just trying to not think so much. This feels like they were overwhelmed with a lot of supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's and have to be's and must be's. So they're just trying to let go of expectations and try to be in the moment and try not to overthink things and try to get back to what's happening right here, right now. Because it feels like they get stressed when they try to think of everything. So they're just trying to go, I'm tired of trying to please everyone. And I just need to come back to here, right? Let's see what his feelings are. We got there's a rebirth of feelings here, endings and beginnings with the death card here. And with the 10 of swords, both of these are endings and beginning kind of energies. And so there is this energy of needing to release themselves from so much pressure and from so much emotion and from so much stuff. And it doesn't mean necessarily they're going to end like a relationship or end communication or end anything like that. They just have to do that within. They kind of need to detach mentally, detach emotionally, where they're not um, like caged and feeling trapped. They just need to be able to be, and this is kind of what they're returning to. It almost feels meditative, where like they're just like, all right, I need to get out of the future, I need to get out of the past, I need to come back to this moment. It just feels very Zen, very Buddhist, like I'm in the moment, I'm going to take it a step at a time. Don't look at the thousand steps to come, look at the very next step. And that's why I kind of feel like where they're at today. What is he planning for this upcoming week? Let's see, he has 3 cards coming in here. So they do have a lot of celebration, a lot of focusing on love, love, love. Peace of mind. They really want to get out of all these expectations and just rest. They just need some rest. They're really looking forward to a holiday. Like, I'm gonna eat, I'm gonna nap. And the King of Cups, balancing of their head and heart. So all of this is about, I feel like they're like trying to get away from all the stress of the holidays, of what's going on where they were at and with you and with everything else, and just go, all right, you know what? I'm just going to kind of just chill. It's a week of um, trying not to be overwhelmed and just come back to now. That's just, it feels like all this energy coming in here. Focus on my self-love and loving people, and I feel like that's kind of his energy. That's interesting. Is he going on a Buddhist retreat? So will he be missing you? Got the movement of wands and the sage, and I feel like they're not really in a place of missing. I feel like just things are gonna be so hectic and so busy, they don't have time. They have very much time for themselves, um, much less for anyone else. So, this is kind of this energy of um, busy, 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 and they'll think of you, but I don't feel like they miss. There's just so much going on that they don't have a moment to feel like they're missing, missing someone, and and I don't necessarily feel like when I tap into their energy, I don't feel like they're someone who like misses people. Um, like they're really about what's in front of them, what's going on. And that's why with the stress of feeling the future and the past, it just feels like they like to come back and just focus on what's happening right now. Because they know that when I'm focusing on future or focusing on past or things that are going on elsewhere, that I'm not present and I miss the moment. Because I feel like they're a very grounded person normally. Um, but when all this other stuff happens, um, it's like a fish out of water, and they're like, "I gotta get back to my fishbowl." Bloop, bloop, bloop. That's funny. Alright. Um, how's the separation going? 10 of Wands, a lot of burden, a lot of energy. It feels like it's reaching an end, though, with this 10 of Wands. So, it's getting close to the ending. There's a lot of burden, a lot of energy being invested in the ending. But it's the 10, it's the getting towards that, you know, ending part. So, it's getting there, but you can see how worn the camel is. They're like, "Ugh," they're so ready for it to be over. And then, what's coming up for you and Walter this upcoming week? All right. So we do have movement of cups. So there is movement of emotion. We do have the judgment card here, which is a transformation. This is the higher self, seeing things from a different perspective, seeing things from a higher perspective. And then the Heart of Pentacles, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. So this can be taking care of yourself, having like um like self-care and taking care of oneself, kind of coming in here. So for both of you, it feels like you guys might be spending a lot of time uh, with yourselves and nurturing yourselves with this Heart of Pentacles. And the Judgment card is a lot of, again, higher self, self-reflection, seeing things from a higher perspective. And excuse me, hiccup. And the Knight of Cups is the quest for self-love. So it definitely feels like there's this theme that's going on for this upcoming week about um, focusing on self, focusing on love, focusing on what's going on right in front of us and not in the outside. Because I feel like there's, so much going on in both of your lives that there's not a whole lot of individual contact. It just feels like touching base here and there kind of energy more than, the other, because it just feels like it's such a busy, busy week with holidays and family and work and trying to get everything. And there's just not a whole lot of that going on. So that's what's coming in there. Transformation, good. Well, transformation, inner transformation, and I don't feel like it's transformation of like what's going on between the two of you. I feel like it's more inner transformation because it's a lot going on, a lot being brought to our faces, activity, um, a lot of activity, triggers. So, so that's a lot of what this week feels like for both of you is a lot of internal questioning and looking at things and what am I fearing about that, and let me come back to enjoy this moment instead of trying to figure out the entire future. I mean, just what's the very next step? What's the very next step? So that's what's coming in for you there, Maria. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Much love to you. And thank you again for your donation. And I think I saw you had briefly a free question. We'll get to one of those probably in the afternoon when I return. You're very welcome and have a very happy holiday if I don't talk to you. All right. And then we are to CJ and then to Moonlight for the donations. So, CJ, thank you for your donation. Let's give that a. I don't know why I go into French when I say that. That's my French imitation anyway. Not a good one, but hey, it is what it is. But thank you for your donation. All right, so CJ, reading for the remainder of December. Yeah, can you believe we have just like what, 8 days left? Holy for holies, right? So let's take a look here. What do they want you to know for the rest of this December? Okay, they do want those two. Do want this one. They do want that one. They want this one over here too. Okay, what do we have here? Well, it feels like a very kind of flowing Six of Wands energy. It's victory, it's movement energy. So it feels like a very flowy, it goes by pretty fast, not like a blink, but kind of like three blinks. That's going in there. Hey, Shailene, I am Shailene. Sorry, I didn't see you there. So welcome. Shout out to my YouTube channel members. So CJ, yeah, it feels like it's good. There's victory overall energy on bottom of the deck is good, right? Very flowy energy that comes in there. Yeah, and the Sun card, another one of the most abundant, victorious feelings. So it definitely feels like a bright 8 days. There's a great opportunity for a lot of clarity, a lot of joy, a lot of brightness. So it is like it's very warm feeling. I know maybe not where you're at, but it's a warm energy from within, even if it's cold on the outside. Maybe not. Maybe you're on the other side of the world. Who knows, right? Maybe you're gonna go on a vacation to a warm spot. But let's take a look here. Yeah, you have the Ace of Swords. So you do have clarity coming in here and emotional stability over these 8 days. So, and there is clarity around emotion coming in, and I feel like a little bit of reflection and thinking about what it is that you want. Oh, you're in Canada, minus 30 Celsius. Holy manoli. That's really cold. I think that's even yeah, don't go outside, right? You'll freeze. But you definitely have evidently time to reflect on, emotions, what you're wanting in your heart, and there's a lot of clarity I feel like that comes over these 8 days. Just like, what is making me feel whole? What is making me feel, you know, um, I don't know, just fulfillment, content, and what's not, right? And so, we have this, energy of clarity around emotions and what is, like I said, what's making you happy and what's not. Yeah, and then the 8 of Wands. I was gonna say you had the 6 of Wands and then 8 of Wands. So I feel like the maybe the first 3 or 4, 2, 3 more days feels like it's like going slower, but maybe like from Christmas to the end of the year suddenly goes 8 of Wands, whoosh, just like whoosh, flies by, and before you know it, you're like, Happy New Year. Yeah, and there's Spirit of Pentacles. You got the King of Pentacles, which is, a lot of this um, about the outside world because they roll over the outside world and our perceptions of it. And you have the Capricorn energy, which we're in Capricorn season now. So there's a lot of reflection on here too around what it is that you do want, what is important, and even how you're defining yourself. So I feel like you have some, reflective energy with this Capricorn energy that's kicking in and going, what is it that I want? Who do I want to be? Where do I want to end up? What do I want? And I feel like emotionally, physically, a lot of this, Capricorn thinking energy is having you really look at a lot of that, and which feels kind of normal for the process of end of year and beginning of a new year, beginning of a new adventure. But look at like, this end of the year is a human imposed end of the year. Um, Springtime, when we move into Aries, that's the true beginning of the celestial year. But your new year begins on your birthday. And so I feel like kind of taking that energy and kind of taking this end of year energy, the spring energy of or fall, depending on, well, you're in Canada, so you are on the it is springtime, you're probably really looking forward to that. Um, much warmer, right? And then your birth date, and just look at those dates as starting points of new things, and, I feel like that's a big piece of what's happening here over these next is like really reflection, huge reflection for you, both emotionally and the outside world. So that's what they have for you right now. And of course, I haven't shared it in about 30 minutes or so. If you haven't checked out the solstice readings and the 2025 readings, we got solstice readings by each element. And then also we have boop, 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 the 2025 energy forecast for each individual zodiac sign too. So those can kind of give a big picture for this next coming year too, if you're interested in taking a look at those. All right. So thank you again, CJ, for your donation. I appreciate it so much, and many blessings to you. All right, and then Moonlight. you're in you're in Canada too. You're experiencing cold weather, Sheely. All right. So Moonlight, Moonlight, Moonlight. Thank you for your sticker. I love that little one. Is that a pear? And okay, so the donation. So let's take a look here. How does R feel about you not contacting him, just staying silent these days? All right. Let's take a look here and see what's going on with R. And the silence, the silence. These two. Okay. Mm. Right. Well, the bottom of the deck here, we've got the Tower card. And they have this interesting perception of it. The Tower card is when something, of course, gets um, quickly removed out of our lives. And, the Tower card is a message that when things are moved out of our life, they are moved out of our life for us to make space for something that's in alignment with us and that. And I feel like they kind of have this little, at least they're trying to convince themselves that this is for me. It's happening for a reason. And okay, you know, but it almost feels like they're trying to talk themselves into it, if that makes sense. Um, yeah, so let's see what else. That's the bottom of the deck. So how do they feel? So the 7 of swords, they do have these feelings of um, you know, these thoughts that are whispering in their head. They have deceitful thoughts, blaming themselves, um, but then also turning it outward and blaming other people. And there's lying and deceit and hiding things from me. And I knew this was going to happen. And it's almost like that they are trying to, again, convince themselves that this is about other people and that this is good for me because blah blah blah. But because I feel like whatever happened, I feel like they're in this black and white world where they can't admit any part of them that was part of the reason why there's not you know um communication, that this is everyone else's fault. Because if they're even a little bit at fault, it's all or nothing. They're either a success or a failure. There's no world of gray that they live in. Yeah. So they have 7 of swords and 7 of cups. So this can be like mental confusion and emotional confusion. So they really don't get it, that what was all this for? Why is there silent treatment? Well, it must be them. It must be other people because they're not. It's like they're so confused, and when people are in fear, they are in confusion. So this fear of rejection is one of the big things of humanity, right? So they are just really kind of beside themselves. Let's see what else. My gosh, 3 sevens, 7 of wands too. Well, I got to be me. I got to be true to me, and I'm not gonna dim my light for anyone, not ask permission, and a little bit hissy cat too, Oh, I have a let it go shirt on today. I usually have one of my cats with the swords and the hissiness because that's what happens when we're in fear. We actually become a 2-year-old and a hissing cat, and it's pet hissing cat. Fight or flight, right? Um, Kinda energies that come in here. So it does feel like they feel like it was sudden, but they're trying to think positively about it, but again, it's that trying to convince themselves over it, right? Yeah. Yeah, yeah. And yeah, I mean, you're wanting to know how they're feeling. It doesn't mean this is their choice of their feelings, right? We can make it easier or harder for people to choose fear or higher vibration, but ultimately everyone chooses. And I don't and I feel like maybe you had tried to talk about things before, and it's like, you know what? It's you just have to know, when it is, yeah, right? And if you've done it before, right? We kinda teach people, "I'll be back, and let's see if the silent treatment works on you." But at some point, you're like, "Nope, I won't be back." Let's see, you got 3 more cards here. Yeah, so they are, here's this transformational, judgment card. We've got the Innocence of Cups, the Page of Cups, and the 10 of Cups. And I feel like this is you. I feel like this is the stuff they're going through, but this is the answer that you have to listen to yourself. When you're a butterfly and they're a caterpillar, And, you're not going to sacrifice your joy and your self-love for others. At some point when it's like, I've asked you several times, we had agreed we were going to go, right? We had agreed we were going to go into the um, chrysalis and become butterflies, and I did, and you didn't, and I can't butterfly myself and become a caterpillar again, and I don't desire the same things anymore. So you can go into the chrysalis and join me. I don't know. It seems like a lot of work, and I don't know. Well, I'm gonna go do butterfly things, right? He sounds like him. And then they're like, "Whoa, wait, don't go away, don't go away." What? I want to go with you. And you're like, "All right, you just need to become a butterfly, and then you can fly with me. I can't carry you, so that's one of my emojis that we have for the YouTube channel members, right? Is that butterfly here? It's carrying a big old a big old caterpillar. It's like you never see a caterpillar carrying that. And then you're like, you can do this, you can go into this, you can become this. And if not, you know, and they're like, okay, well, I'll do it. And you're like, all right, well, I don't see you building the cocoon, the chrysalis. And they're like, well, I'll do it. I need to do these things first. And you're just like, all right, I'm out. No, 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 don't go. It's like, all right. And at some point you're just like, okay, you know what? I can't do this. I need nectar. I have a desire to fly. I have a desire to migrate. You can't go where I need to go because caterpillars only can go so fast and can't move beyond water, a little stream even. You'll drown. And so it's like, yeah. Well, humans are aggressive. That's the fight in the fight or flight, right? So there's a reason, but it's inward, right? There's we may not see the reason because the reason is happening in here. When their little inner child feels unsafe or out of control, then they become, they knock they we bump out that intelligent, loving, compassionate side. And that's when that 2-year-old and the little ninja warrior hissing cat comes out and it either attacks or runs or attacks and then runs. And um and so when people act that way, they're in fear, and we're like, okay, well, we have choices to make when people are in fear too, right? Yeah, exactly. So you're choosing for you, and that's great. That's what those other cards were for, the Judgment card and the Ten of Cups and the Page of Cups. It's like you have to follow your heart and your joy and make choices for you to maintain that. Sometimes it is flying away, fluttering away, butterfly. Go on your adventure, and if they truly want to follow you, they will go become a butterfly and then follow you. Otherwise, bye, right? Done sacrificing. Feel sounds healthy to me. So high five. Whoopsh. All right. But that's what's going on in their little world, and that's for them, and that's good. You were the mirror they needed to see for that period of time, but now I definitely feel like, you don't need to invest energy in it anymore. Yeah. All right. So that is what they have for you, Moonlight. And so I'm going to be headed off of here in just a moment to go spend time with my Praying Mantis members. I'm going to grab screenshots because I will return after I eat, and I will make sure everyone gets their messages today. So we shall return. Might just be a couple hours. So I appreciate your patience in getting to all of those. So I did get through all the donations in this session. So I'll return and complete my YouTube channel members first, and then I shall complete all the free readings after that. And I will post a message on that stream, and even on this stream, I'll post a link once I'm done, listing the order in which all the readings were completed so that you can find your reading much more quickly. Let me just make sure I grabbed everything. Okay, grab the right one. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Moonlight. And it's like, I loved a transformational time in my life because I used to be a huge people saver, right? The hero, whatever, the hero archetype, I want to save people. I want to, run out and I want to go and, you know, you know, help everyone become better and blah, blah, blah. And then you'd swim out to try to rescue people. And then they are like, drowned you. And it's like, no, um, and so instead of getting wet and jumping in the water with everyone, I would stay on the shore and there's this huge pile of life preservers and you just throw them out there and grab on. And if they don't grab on, well, that's their choice, right? Yeah, right. I definitely see that, and all right. Yeah, and then you're like, "All right, fine, gonna let that go." Right here, I'm grabbing yours really quick here. Needy, Savaya, I got yours there. I'll add that on, but I'm heading out here in a couple seconds. So, but I will be back to finish out all the readings. Like I said, I'll be about an hour and a half or so with my Praying Mantis members. And then I'm going to eat, and then I'll come back on and finish out all readings. So, hey, Linda, if you have a question, pop it in there. I'm like the elevator doors are closing, so throw in your question real quick. I'll grab it before I head out of here. Yeah, right, moonlight, and that's the great thing. Butterflies. You're fluttering around with butterflies, and you're like, "I'm not into the caterpillar scene anymore." I like that. Just get ready for my YouTube members here. I'm about to head over there. So, but thank you guys for your patience in getting to all your readings. I shall return. All right. Thank you, Linda. Let's grab that real quick here. All right. Got it. So, I will be back in a couple hours to finish all the readings, and if I don't talk to you guys, because there won't be a stream, a chat on the next stream when I come back on. Have a very, very happy holiday if you guys celebrate that, and we got one more weekend left in this year, so let's make the most of these last 8 days, right? Woohoo! So much love to you, and remember as we're going through this adventure that every second of every day of our lives, we truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. So, till I see you guys again, much love. Hang in there. Take care of yourself. We'll see you soon. Oh, Kelly. Okay. Let me grab Kelly's real quick here. You just in the nick of time, that like I said, the elevator doors were closing and just threw your question in. All right, absolutely. All right, everybody. I'll see you soon. Much love.